The Duggar family, known for their appearances on the TLC reality series *19 Kids and Counting*, and later *Counting on*, built their public image around strong religious convictions and traditional values. At the heart of these values was a commitment to modesty, particularly in clothing choices for the daughters. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar instilled in their children a strict dress code that emphasized long skirts or dresses at all times, avoiding anything deemed immodest by their standards. This rule applied not only to everyday life but also to special events, interviews, and photo sessions, reinforcing the family's belief that modesty was an essential part of their faith. For Jinger Duggar, as one of the older daughters, this expectation played a significant role in her early experiences, especially during media appearances. Growing up in the spotlight meant that every outfit she wore was scrutinized, both by the public and within the family itself. While the Duggars maintained consistency in their approach to modesty, there were moments when the rigid expectations clashed with practical considerations, particularly during group photo shoots for TLC. These occasions, intended to capture the family's unity and wholesome image, sometimes became sources of tension as wardrobe adjustments had to be made last minute to ensure compliance with the family's standards. Through these experiences, Jinger developed a deep awareness of how external appearances could shape perception, both within her family and beyond. As one of the eldest Duggar daughters, Jinger frequently found herself in front of the camera for TLC's family photo sessions. While these shoots were meant to showcase the Duggars' unity and values, they often came with unexpected challenges tied to the family's strict modesty rules. One particularly memorable incident occurred during a promotional shoot when Jinger and her sisters were instructed to wear specific dresses provided by the production team. However, upon arrival, Michelle Duggar quickly determined that some of the outfits did not meet the family standards, citing concerns about sleeve length and skirt hemlines. With little time before the session was set to begin, the girls scrambled to find alternatives from their own wardrobes, leading to a last-minute search through luggage and phone calls home for additional clothing options. Another instance took place during a holiday-themed photo shoot where the girls were expected to wear festive attire. Jinger recalled how excited she and her sisters initially felt about dressing up for the occasion, only to have their enthusiasm dampened when their parents voiced concerns over certain fabric choices. Some of the sweaters and blouses provided by the production crew were considered too form-fitting, prompting yet another round of wardrobe changes. In the end, compromises had to be made, with the girls donning more conservative pieces from their personal collections rather than the stylized outfits originally planned. These recurring adjustments underscored the difficulties of maintaining a consistent visual brand while adhering to stringent dress codes, highlighting the constant negotiation between personal expression and familial expectations. These frequent wardrobe adjustments during photo shoots left a lasting emotional imprint on Jinger, shaping her perception of modesty and self-image in ways she continues to process today. As a teenager navigating the complexities of adolescence under public scrutiny, the pressure to conform to her family's expectations often felt overwhelming. Each last-minute clothing change served as a reminder that her body needed to be concealed, reinforcing the idea that external validation should never come at the expense of violating her family's values. Over time, this led to a heightened self-consciousness, making Jinger hyper-aware of how she presented herself, not just in front of cameras, but in everyday life as well. Beyond the immediate discomfort of adjusting her wardrobe, Jinger began to internalize the message that modesty was not merely a guideline, but a defining characteristic of her identity. The repeated emphasis on covering up created a sense of obligation rather than personal choice, making it difficult for her to distinguish between genuine conviction and societal expectation. Looking back, she acknowledges that while she respects the values instilled in her, the rigidity of these rules sometimes stifled her ability to explore her individuality. These experiences, though seemingly minor in the grand scope of her upbringing, contributed to a broader struggle with self-perception, one that would continue to influence her decisions and perspectives as she transitioned into adulthood. Jinger's experience was not unique among the Duggar sisters, as each of them faced similar tensions between the family's modesty expectations and the realities of being in the public eye. While some siblings adapted more easily to the restrictions, others struggled with the limitations imposed on their personal style. For example, Jill Duggar often embraced the family's guidelines without much resistance, finding comfort in the consistency they provided. Meanwhile, Jesses Seawald occasionally expressed frustration over how the dress code affected her ability to fully engage with contemporary fashion trends. These differing reactions illustrate how each sister processed and navigated the pressures of modesty in their own way, with some accepting it as a natural extension of their beliefs and others feeling constrained by its rigid enforcement. The family's approach to modesty extended beyond clothing, influencing broader aspects of their interactions with the media. Interviews and public appearances require careful scripting to ensure alignment with their values, often limiting opportunities for spontaneous self-expression. Despite these constraints, the Duggar sisters found subtle ways to assert their personalities, whether through hairstyles, accessories, or even small deviations in hemlines that still met the minimum requirements. These nuanced differences highlight how individuals within the same household could interpret and adapt to modesty expectations in distinct ways, revealing the complexity of balancing personal identity with familial and cultural norms. Reflecting on her experiences with modesty and media expectations, Jinger has come to view those moments as formative lessons that continue to shape her perspective today. The constant adjustments during photo shoots and the pressure to adhere to strict guidelines taught her the importance of resilience and adaptability, even when faced with rigid expectations. While she once saw these rules as restrictive, she now recognizes how they instilled a sense of discipline and mindfulness about her choices. However, she also acknowledges that the experience influenced her relationship with self-expression, making her cautious about how she presents herself in both public and private settings. These early lessons have carried over into her adult life, particularly as she navigates motherhood and raises her own children with her husband, Jeremy Vuolo. While she and Jeremy have chosen a more flexible approach to modesty, they still emphasize values such as respect, intentionality, and self-awareness when it comes to clothing and appearance. Jinger has spoken openly about wanting to give her children the freedom to make their own decisions, while guiding them with principles that align with their personal beliefs. This balance allows her to honor the lessons she learned growing up, while also adapting them to fit her evolving understanding of individuality and self-confidence. Ultimately, her past experiences serve as a foundation for how she approaches parenting, ensuring that her children grow up with both structure and the ability to express themselves authentically. Jinger's journey through the complexities of modesty, media scrutiny, and personal identity has ultimately shaped the woman she is today. While her upbringing instilled in her a deep appreciation for values like discipline and intentionality, it also highlighted the importance of self-expression and autonomy. Now, as she builds her own family with Jeremy Vuolo, she actively seeks a balance between structure and individuality, allowing her children the space to develop their own perspectives on modesty and personal choice. This approach reflects her growth and the lessons she has drawn from her past, lessons that continue to influence her parenting philosophy and daily life. In embracing this new chapter, Jinger remains committed to fostering an environment where her children can explore their identities without the same pressures she once faced. She understands that while values are important, they must also evolve with personal experience and understanding. Her journey serves as a testament to the power of reflection and adaptation, demonstrating that the past does not have to dictate the future. Instead, it can serve as a guide, offering wisdom while leaving room for growth and individuality.